Dear students, as we discussed in the earlier lecture, we have started revision of lesson number 1 and 2, that is electrostatics. Okay, now let us say start with the question number 1. Now see a hemisphere, okay, hemisphere of radius r. Okay, hemisphere of the radius r. See the surface charge density. Is sigma. See what you have to calculate? Potential at the center. Calculate okay. Now see the area of the hemisphere will be. Here it is given in terms of surface charge density sigma, that is a charge per unit area. See what is the area of hemisphere? So it will be half of the sphere, 2 pi r square. Okay. Now see in 1 meter square charge content is sigma, that is the definition of surface charge density. See in 2 pi r square, what is the charge is q, or we can say q. So q will be 2 pi r square into sigma. Now see the potential at the center. See what is the formula? V is equal to kq by r. Okay, V is equal to kq by r. So now if I substitute the value of k is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0, q is 2 pi r square into sigma, r is the radius. Now if we simplify, this r will get cancelled, pi will get cancelled, 2. Okay, so what is left now? Sigma r upon 2 epsilon 0. Okay, so this is how we can calculate the potential at the center of the hemisphere. Now we take the next question. Now in the second lesson we study about capacitance also. Now let us say a question related to parallel plate capacitor. Now see the parallel plate capacitance, D is the distance between the plate, R is the medium between them, A is the area. Okay, capacitance is given as 10 microfarad. Okay, now see the same capacitance is filled with the dielectric. Okay, such that here see half of the distance in the K1 of 6 and second dielectric with the part with the dielectric constant 6. See here K1 is 6, K2 is 4. See the area remains same. See what will be the new capacitance of the system. Now see if we, when dielectric of slab of distance d by 2 and d by 2 is filled, see there will be two capacitors which will be in series, C1 and C2. C1 and C2. Now these two are in series. Now what will be the value of C1? C1 will be K1 epsilon 0A. Now see the distance has become d by 2. Okay, so we can write 2K1 E0A upon d. Now see when R is the medium, C is equal to epsilon 0A upon d. See that is given as 10 microfarad. Now K1 value is 6, C value is 10, 1 microfarad. Now C2 we can calculate K2 epsilon 0A upon d by 2. Okay, why? Because the distance is d by 2. Now we can simplify. It will be 2K2 epsilon 0A by d. Now epsilon 0A by d is C. A that is known to us. K2 is 4. 80 microfarad. Now what we can see? C1 and C2 are in series. Okay, so we can find out 1 upon C equivalent is 1 upon C1 plus 1 C2, or C is equal to C1 C2 upon C1 plus C2. Okay, C1 value will be 120, C2 is 80, 200. Okay, so when see dielectric slab of d by 2 and d by 2 are placed between the plates of the capacitor, okay, the value will turn out to be 48 microfarad. Now let us say we should have some variation in the same question. Now here the two dielectric slab of the distance d by 2 and d by 2 were placed. Now let us say it is placed like this. Okay, K1 is of 10 value. Value and K2 is 4. Now initially it was filled with the half of the plate distance between the d by 2 and d by 2, but now see the d will remain the same, but half of the area of the plate is filled with K1 and half of the area is with the K2. See what you will calculate equivalent capacitance. Now see if we see by going by d, here there will be two capacitors which are in parallel. This will be C1 and this will be C2. Okay, now see what is our formula? Parallel plate capacitor C is equal to epsilon 0 A upon D. Now let us say this is the first capacitor we called as C1. This is the second capacitor we have called as C2. Now C1 will be E0, K1 E0 A by 2 upon D. Why? Because area has become half. Area has become half. So this will be K1 by 2 epsilon 0 A upon D. Now see our epsilon 0 A upon D value is C, that is 10, K1 is 6. So this will make 30 microfarad. Similarly we can calculate C2 is equal to K2 epsilon 0 A by 2 upon C. Again the D will remain same. So that will make K2 by 2. K2 is 4. Okay, now what we can see? See C1 and C2 are in parallel. Okay, so equivalent capacitance is C1 plus C2. Okay, this is a question which shows how the value of the capacitance is placed when dielectric is placed in a different condition between the plates of the capacitor. Okay, so this is regarding to the parallel plate capacitor. Okay, now see our next question. Now okay, now C1 is C, C2 is 2C, C3 is given as 3C. Okay, see we have to find out the ratio of charge across C4 and C2. Okay, we have to calculate the ratio of the charge across C4 and C2 in the given condition. Let us say, see what were the condition given? C1 is C, C2 is 2C, C3 is 3C, C4 is 4. Now if we redraw the circuit, what we can see? C1, C2, C3 are in series. Okay, C1, C2, C3, C4 is 4C. Now these are in series. Let us say 1 upon C dash, 1 upon C plus 1 upon 2C plus 1 upon 2C. Okay, that is a series combination. LCM is 6, we can see 6 plus 3 plus 2, 11 upon 6C. C dash will be 6 sigma. Okay. Now see the circuit will become like this: C dash and C4. See what is the value of C4? C dash we obtain is 6C by 11. C4 is 4C. Now see what is the, we have to calculate ratio of the charge across C4 and C2. Okay. Now C2, C3 are in series. These three are in series. What is the property of the series connection? See, the charge remains same. Now see, if we have obtained C dash as the equivalent capacitance, okay, of C1, C2, C3, which are in series, the charge will remain same. Now in parallel voltage will be same. So if I want to find out that angle Q4, C4 I can say Q2. Okay, Q2 is nothing but charge of the combination. See, Q4 will be upon Q2. Okay, that is C2V upon C4. Why? Because see, in parallel connection voltage remains same. Now C2 is nothing but equivalent charge capacitance. Why? Whatever the charge will remain 2 or C1 or C2 or C3, it is going to be remain same. So C2 we can write as 6C by 11. Okay, voltage is same and this is 4C. Okay, now we can simplify 6 into 11 upon 4. Okay, so this is how we can calculate the ratio of the charge across C4 and C2. That turns out to be 3 upon 22. Okay, now we take the next question. Okay, see, this is a system of capacitor. Okay, see, we have to find out equivalent capacitance. Between A and B. Okay, now what you can see here, see, let us say C1, C2, C3 and C4. Okay, now this C1, C2, C3 will be considered in series. This C4 is C. See, we have to calculate equivalent capacitance between A and B. Now these three are in series, so what is the formula? C dash is C by N. Okay, all three are of equal value. Value is C. Okay, and C4 is C. So what we can draw the equivalent capacitance C by 3 and C. See, what is the equivalent capacitance between A and B now? C by 3 plus C. That is 4C by 3. Okay, so this is how we can calculate equivalent capacitance. Now see the next question. See the system of network, let us say. Okay. Now see, we have to calculate equivalent capacitance between all capacitance are of the same value. Okay. Find out the equivalent capacitance between A and B. Okay. Find equivalent capacitance. Between. Okay. Now see what you can see between D and D, there is no component. So okay, D and B will be the same point. Now suppose we draw the circuit A and B. Okay. Now B and D are same point, that we can say B and D. So what is left now? A, B and C and D. Now see, if we draw the equivalent circuit, between A and C there is a capacitance. Okay. Between B and C there is a capacitor. Okay. Between A and B, okay, between A and D, okay, between A and B, okay. Now see, this point, these two will be in series, so this will turn out to be C by 2. So if I draw the equivalent between A and B, this will be C by 2, this will be C, and this also will be C. Okay. So what you can do? Find out the equivalent capacitance C by 2 plus C plus C. Okay. Get to use of 5 C by 2. Okay. So this is how we can draw the equivalent circuit, and we can find out the equivalent capacitance. Now, next question. See, a sphere of radius r and 3r. Okay, contains charge q by 2 and q by 2. Okay. Now, see where they are connected by a conducting wire. Okay, where they are connected by conducting wire. See, we have to calculate charge on each sphere. So when they are connected by conducting wire, their potential will become okay. So in that case, V1 will be V. Okay. Now see, let us say charge on first sphere, let us say is Q1 by radius is R. Okay, charge Q2 will be equal to, what is the radius here? Okay. Now, okay. Now here there will be distribution of charge. Q1 upon R is equal to Q2 upon theta. So Q1 upon Q2 is R. Now, see, this is the ratio of the charge. See, if I take component load. Now see, when they are connected by a conducting wire, the total charge Q will be equal to Q1 plus Q2. What is the initial charge here? Q by 2 plus Q by 2. That is Q. Okay, so that will be Q here. Okay. Now this will be 4 by 3. Okay. So this Q2 will come out to be 3Q by 4. Okay. Q2 will become out to be. Now see here, total charge Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2. See, Q is Q we have obtained, Q2 is Q1 we have to obtain. Okay, so Q1 Q minus 3Q by 4. Okay. Okay, total charge is Q now. Okay, so the charge will be distributed. Again, if we add this, total charge will be Q is equal to Q, that we can easily check. Okay, so this is how distribution of charge takes place when number 1 and 2. Okay, now see our next question. See, this is an equilateral triangle. Charge Q, Q and minus Q on the vector vertex A, B and C. See what are the options given. C is 0 and B also. E is electric field is 0. Potential also is 0. Second is that E is 0. B is not equal to 0. E is 0. See, first case both are 0. Second case both are not 0. Third is E is 0. Potential is 0. Electric field is 0 but potential is not 0. And finally E is not equal to 0. And now we know the potential at the center, electric field and potential at the center of the triangle. Now, see, because this is an equilateral triangle. See, the intersection of median or angle bisector will be same. Now potential is scalar quantity. So we consider that, let us say, the r is the distance of each vertex from the center. Okay. Now potential is scalar quantity. So we can write V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Being an equilateral triangle, distance from the center will be same. So if I calculate K, Q, R, for here K, Q, R, K into minus Q, Q into R. See, the algebraic sum will be 0. But see, what about the electric field? Electric field is a vector quantity. So suppose I place a discharge here. See, this is the electric field be E here. This also will be electric field E. Okay? There will be repulsive force. The minus Q is a negative charge. Okay? So if we calculate the components also, why? Because electric field being a vector quantity, okay, their summation will be such that will give us a non-zero value. So what is the most suitable option here? Potential will be 0, but the electric field will not be 0. We can easily calculate electric field also by using the formula for the electric field of a point charge. Okay, so this is how we can solve the question. Now we take another question. Let us say plus Q charge minus Q charge on the square of vertex of the square. Okay. Now, if position of A and D is replaced, interchange. Okay, D is brought to A and vice versa. Position of B and C also will change. C will minus will go to the vertex B and this will go to the vertex. So what are the options here? E and B both will change. Second, E and B both will not change. E changes, B do not change. Okay, and fourth, E do not change, B change. Okay, so here also we have to keep in mind when we interchange position of the charge at A and B and B and C, whichever quantity which is a scalar quantity will not change. So now here we have to calculate potential at the center. Okay, now square, see distance of each vertex from the center will remain same. Okay, now potential V is equal to K plus Q upon R, K plus Q upon R, K third charge is minus Q upon R. Okay, see when we interchange the position, potential is a scalar quantity, will not change, but electric field is a vector quantity. Now let us say initially they are in this like position like this. Suppose I place a face charge here. See there will be repulsive force because of E. Okay, B will be like this. C will attract the face charge. B also will attract the face charge. See the resultant electric field was in AD direction. But we know when we interchange the position, let us say here minus Q and minus Q, plus Q and plus Q. Now if I calculate electric field again, see minus Q will attract this, minus Q will attract, okay, this plus Q will repel, plus Q will repel. So the resultant field will be in CB or DA direction. So that's why see the direction of resultant electric field will change. So remains same. E will change. Why? Because it is a vector quantity, its direction will change. So this is how we can solve MCQ like this. Okay? Now see next question. Now let us say Q charge is on the each vertex. So we have to calculate potential at the center. Okay, we have to calculate potential at the center. Let us say the length of the side of the cube is P. Now potential is a scalar quantity. Also distance of each vertex from the center will be same. See what is the diagonal, let us say AC is the diagonal here. What is the length will be? Root 3A. AC will be root 3B. Now, see the center will be at the midpoint, so R will be root 3B by 2. So distance of each vertex from the center will be root 3B by 2. Now potential is scalar quantity. Potential point charge formula is KQ by R. Even there are total we can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 charge. So it will be 8 into KQ by R. Now we substitute the values. 8 K value is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q and R is the distance, that is root 3B by 2. Okay, see this we can cancel. Okay, 2 2s are 4. Okay, 4Q upon. Okay, so this is how we can calculate the potential. Now suppose the same question, electric field we have to find out at the center. See, because the electric field is a vector quantity, see the opposite charges will produce the electric field in opposite direction. So B due to symmetry, the resultant electric field at the center will be zero. Okay, resultant electric field at the center will be zero. Okay, now see the next MCQ. You have to calculate potential at the midpoint M of the side AB. Okay, we have to calculate potential at the midpoint. Okay, now total how many 4 charges? Let us say length of the square is L. So M is a midpoint, L by 2 and L by 2 distance. Okay, what will be the distance of this distance? We can say MB and MC will be equal. What will be their distance? So length is L. So this AMB is a right angle triangle. So MB will be L square plus okay, this is how we can write. Okay, now see there are 4 charges 1, 2, 3 and 4. So here B is equal to KQ. What is the distance? L by 2. Okay, see here 4 KQ upon what is the MB distance? Root 5 L by 2 plus here K into minus QQ. See what is the distance? Root 5 L by 2 and here this minus Q KQ into L by 2. Okay, now okay, this is minus Q. So what we can say, these two will get cancelled. Now we have to simplify. So it will be 2KQ upon root 5L minus 4KQ upon root 5. Now we can simplify minus 2KQ upon root 5L. Okay? So this is how we can calculate potential at the center. So today we have discussed questions of lesson 1 and 2. We will try to solve some more questions. Why? Because in the lesson of 1 and 2 electrostatics very important. Okay, next time we will continue with this. Thank you.